I find feedback doesn't work. Like, all the managers and leaders that I work with, they just don't get feedback. They come to me with like their 360-degree feedback or assessment reports, and they say, what on earth does this mean? And when we look at them together, what I notice is far too many criteria are being assessed. There's feedback all over the place, and while there's a summary, the person still doesn't really know what they're being told and what's being important, or what is the most important thing for them to focus on. And so I don't think feedback works. What does work is when leaders understand the impact of what they're doing on others. And these are the behavioural things. And there's a skill in learning how to do this. It does require a simplicity and gentle bluntness. So to be specific, for example, so say if I was working with you and I noticed some things about you, it might be like, you talk for such a long time, none of your staff know what's important. When you come out with facts and speak in a really loud voice, people get that you're telling them what to do, and they just are pushing against you. It's just that they're not going to cooperate with you. So managers immediately understand what you're saying. I was working with one leader, and on her team there was a woman who, when she got frustrated, she actually shouted at people. And I'm not sure if this is unusual in organisations, but this person had been in the organisation for over 20 years, and her manager was quite a young woman. And I said, have you let her know this? And she said, I haven't. And I said, well, I think you probably realise that she wouldn't know this. And the sad thing is, I don't think anyone in the 20 years that she's been at work has ever let her know this. And so this young manager and I worked together, and she had the courage to talk with this woman and say, are you aware that when you get angry and frustrated, you stand up at your desk and you shout at those around you, and the people get frightened of you and they don't want to talk with you or find out what's happening? And the woman was absolutely shocked. She didn't realise this. And so it takes quite a lot of courage, but it's so essential if we're going to have a quality working environment where people feel they can offer their best. We need to be able to talk with one another in this way. So here's one I'm working with groups, and this in a way astonishes me that this is not responded to in quite a simple way. But I work with a lot of leaders. When they're working with groups, they're either like this or they're talking with the group like this. And they don't realise that. They might know that that's what they're doing, but they don't understand the impact of it. And of course, one impact is that most people feel that the person doesn't care about them or doesn't even know that they're present. So it does have a very powerful impact, and it's quite different when someone who's talking with a group is willing to look at the group and look at group members in the eye, and to know that there's a relationship there. So they're very simple communications. Like when you look above the group, people feel that you don't care about them. What would assist you look at people as you talk with them? So that's a simplicity of understanding the impact of your behaviour. And another way that managers and leaders, when they're giving impact reports, as it were, they're very, very simple statements. But then they say, I want you to be known for someone who really cares for your staff, and you and I are going to work out what you'd be doing for that to happen. Now, a leader can really respond to that. They know the current state and they know what the desired state is. Or another one might be, I want you to be known for giving really simple, clear directions and expectations being really clear, so staff know what you want from them, and that you're able to do that precisely. I mean, most people get quite, oh yeah, I'd like to be able to do that. They can see that it would make their life more simple. And most people are aware that something isn't quite working. And so I find being able to describe the impact simply is way more powerful than this thing called feedback.